Welcome back. Welcome back. You are listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on AM 1170. The Answer. My name is Kyle Whissel, your host with Whissel Realty, joined as always by Mr. Jason Hall, Team Home Loans. And before the break, again, we were talking with Mr. Dave Elhoff, Elhoff Wealth Strategies, dropping some serious knowledge on why you should zag when everybody else is zigging. If you want to connect with Dave, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. So Jason, I was looking at some of the headlines on the mortgage websites today, and from what I'm reading, mortgage rates are the lowest they have been in the last 3+ years.
Yeah, that's correct. So mortgages are definitely down. And something I want to talk about going into this with rates being down is a mortgage loan, after it's funded and done, is a commodity. And Dave had mentioned commodity and watching your money and what's best. So many people just look and say, what's the rate? And they think it's a commodity to do what mortgage origination, what I've done for 26 years of my career. And it's actually very unique to help somebody, A, get pre-approved, get their offer accepted from a seller who wants to work with the local lender who knows them, and make sure they get updates during the process and that it closes on time. That's what every agent wants, right, Kyle? I mean, that's what you guys are looking for. Now, the buyer wants the absolute lowest rate, right? So they're looking like they're Googling, like if you're looking for a surfboard, well, I can get one here $1 cheaper, I get $1 cheaper here. So when you're Googling looking for mortgage rates, you're going to get all these people who mislead you one way or another. And in addition, some of the biggest mortgage companies now run their mortgage operations out of the United States. So Bank of, all right, actually does all their mortgage operations in India. Why? Because they can pay people $10, $12 an hour, which costs us $15 to $50 an hour here in San Diego or in the United States to do. And that way they can take part of the money as profit to them and possibly, pass it on to you as a consumer. Here's what I would ask you. Do you want somebody to handle your finances that you're never going to meet, that's possibly not even in the United States, that's in a different country, so that you can save $20 a month, Dave? Would you want that? Right? Yeah, laughing, right? But so many people, that's what they think. They think a mortgage is a commodity. And then when it's funded, it is traded on the Chicago Board of Trade as a mortgage-backed security. So it is a commodity after it's funded and pulled together with thousands of other loans. But you, when you're applying for a loan, should pick a local representative, somebody you can sit down with, somebody you trust, somebody's going to give you sound advice like Dave Elhoff with Elhoff Investing and Strategies. You want to make sure that happens. And that's something that our team at Team Home Loans can do. We've had Clay on the radio here. We've had Travis. We've got a good team. We're a branch of Synergy One Lending, part of Craig's Sewing. So that's just something there. But here's the deal. Rates are smoking low. And I've been saying this for 6 months. They're going to get lower. Now, I don't know when. So here's what I tell clients. If you can, refi now, I would, and do it at no cost or as low a cost as possible. If you can get in a 3%, 3.5% rate at no cost, then if rates drop in the twos, say in a month or a year, hey, why not refi again? It didn't cost me anything. And what I mean by not cost anything is look to make sure it wasn't added to your loan. So many clients, I see our loan was paid off. So I call Mr. Doe and I go, Mr. Doe, I saw that you paid off your loan. Oh, yeah. I talked to this guy. He called me up out of nowhere and, he's going to give me 2 7/8. I'm like, well, that's great. Can you give me your closing statement? I go, you see you added $15,000 to your VA loan? $15,000. Yeah, Jason, I saved $150. I go, okay, so you saved $150. That's awesome. But it's going to cost 100 months to get that $15,000 break even. You know how many people keep their loan for 100 months, especially on a VA loan? Like almost never, right? And they don't understand that. They're kind of getting taken advantage. So again, that's kind of what we do at Team Home Loans, which I've done for 26 years, is true mortgage planning to make certain that you're getting the best product for you, whether it's a no cost or a super low rate. But I really do believe we're going to continue to see rates go lower. The reason I say this is because in Japan, for a 20-year bond right now in Japan, it's almost 0%. So all that money in other parts of the world is now flowing into the United States. It's flowing into our stock market. It's also flowing into our mortgage bond market, and it's flowing into our bond yields. And the bond yields are near record lows in many years, right, Dave? It's like 146, 145. I mean, that's super low. It was 2% 6 months ago. So it's already dropped over 0.5%. So it's a super good time to look at refining. But even more importantly, here's what we've been talking about. Kyle, you and I with many clients. Rates are near historic lows. We think they might even get lower. We already know Governor Brown has already signed into law minimum wage is going to be pushed up multiple times in the next few years. So what happens across California if rates go down, Dave and Kyle, and income goes up? What do you think might happen to prices? Right? I mean, that formula, 99.99% of the time, rates are down, income's up, drives home prices up. So I think the lower income housing, I know there's not a lot here in San Diego, but there's places in California specifically that there is, as long as there's jobs that they can make, a decent income, and literally 2 or 3 people, the 3 of us when we're 18 years old, could have bought a house together under the current guidelines with rates in certain areas of California. I mean, that's where I'm telling you, invest. Right now, I'm looking for ways to purchase 100 homes. If I can purchase 100 homes in California, I will, because I really think in the next 2 to 5 years, we're going to see probably a $50,000 to $100,000 return on each one of those homes. That's $5 million to $10 million, right? So, Dave, I'm looking at you. I know I'm getting you thinking. I've been telling Kyle this. This is something that I want to share with you, the listener, and I need to share with you, Dave, so we could put a strategy with Kyle, you and I, and do something like that, because I almost want to guarantee it, based on my 26 years, we're going to see something great. Now, granted, if Trump gets in, if Hillary gets in, God forbid, if Bernie gets in, anything could happen. And
somebody's going to
get in. There's certain people, the Republicans, that really think Trump's not going to get in. They think he's going to get to the conference, and they're not going to let him go, right? And he may not want to, they're saying, so who knows? But somebody is going to get in. I pray to God somebody gets in. I know Obama's already said he'd stay another 4 years if we'd let him, but we want to kick him out. At least I do. So I'm hoping for that. But that's what I've got on mortgages.
I love it. Again, you're listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on AM 1170, The Answer. Jason Hall with Team Home Loans, dropping some passionate knowledge on what's going on in the mortgage markets. If you want to connect with Jason, give us a call, shoot us a text, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. So we were looking at this the other day, Jason, with minimum wage going up to $15 an hour, assuming somebody works full time.
Yep.
And their spouse works full time, both minimum wage employees.
$60,000 a year.
You're talking about $60,000
a year
plus per year in income.
Yep.
Within the next few years, we will be at a point where a minimum wage family will be able to buy homes in San Diego. That's crazy.
It'll be condos probably in San Diego or very outskirts of it. They're looking at a single family home.
A home is a home. Home's a place
but they can buy
live.
something. I agree.
So there's going to be, that's crazy. So, if you're thinking about investing right now,
wait. Yeah.
Think about this. When the bottom is where things start and stop. When the rates or the minimum wage goes up, that's going to raise the bottom of that market up. So those lower priced homes are going to become even more sought after because the affordability is going to become more attractive. More people are going to be able to afford to buy these entry-level homes across San Diego right now.
And if you're at $15 an hour now and the guy goes from 10 to 15 next to you, do you think you might go at least to 16 or 17?
Right.
I mean, your income's going to come up, right? And as long as our governors and our president doesn't take all that money away from us, which I'm concerned about, we've been talking about with Dave here, you're going to have an extra income that you're going to purchase things with. And most people want to purchase a home.
So again, if you're looking to invest, the opportunity is just phenomenal right now because everything is out there. The writing is on the wall that rates are going to stay low, if not get lower, and home values are going to continue to get higher. It's crazy to rent right now. And if anything else, rent is going to continue to get higher. So why in the world would you rent right now when your rent's going up, rates are going down, and prices are going up? You might as well buy. Capitalize on, take those three, put them together. The thing that makes the most sense is just to buy right now. Even if you buy that entry-level condo, maybe it's not your dream home, but get in right now, own it for a couple years, sell it, and then roll into that bigger house that you really want.
So, you guys, you're in the market right now. What does it take for a down payment to move into a home today? What are the down payments and
that's a great
PMI
question.
and some of that?
So that's a great question. So a lot of our VA buyers, it's 0% down, no closing costs. We as their lender will pay all their closing costs if they have a decent credit. In addition, USDA, which if you're in the rural areas, Ramona, Escondido, outskirts of El Cajon. You can get in with no money down on those, okay, with a smaller mortgage insurance, no mortgage insurance on VA. And then FHA is 3.5%, but there's a lot of conventional loans with 3% down. So you're talking at the most for most people, 3.5%. So if you're talking a $400,000 purchase, you got to save, 13, 14 grand. You can get that gifted. And if you just don't go smoke a little bit more marijuana and drink a little bit more alcohol next couple weekends, you can probably save the 13, 14 grand with 3 or 4 friends, right? Those are creative ways. That's how Kyle got started. He saved his money, he got in, and then he rented his house to all his buddies. He has, 6-bedroom house was your first house?
6-bedroom, 5-bath, yeah.
And he rented it to all his buddies, and they literally paid all the utilities, the whole mortgage payment, and he got the equity gain on the home. And he still owns the home today, and it's been, 12, 13 years?
When did I buy that?
It's been a while.
06 I bought it. It's been over 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've owned that thing for a long time now.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Smart
how
man.
that works. Yeah, so the opportunities right now, again, if you haven't been listening to the whole show, you can always go on whistlewednesdays.com and listen to the show. If you have questions, you can call us, text us, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-SELL. But what we want you to take away from the show today is that just because there's pressure to put your money into a 401k, just because there's pressure, to rent a home, so you've got flexibility, there's a lot of pressure to do certain things, but those aren't always what's best for you and what's best for your family. Listen to the show. We want to make sure that we do look at you, your family, and your unique situation and help advise you on what's going to be best for you. So we'd love to connect you with Dave Elhoff, Elhoff Wealth Strategies, Jason Hall, Team Home Loans, and our team over at Whissel Realty. Give us a call, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. Thank you so much for listening to the show. We'll see you next Wednesday, 7 p.m. here on AM 1170, The Answer.